Sonic's Greenhouse Adventures Season 1 Chapter 23 Eves of Freedom. Tom's point of view.
Finally, we made it into a taxi, with Sonic in the jacket I brought with me and Shadow was in Maddie's.
You know, guys, I can see those weird aliens in your jackets. You don't have to hide them from me. I'll keep them a secret.
The taxi driver told us reassuringly, so we've removed our jackets. Don't worry, Sonic, it's almost over. All that's left to do is to talk to the president and get you that antidote. I told Sonic reassuringly. However, when I looked over to Sonic, what I saw really caught me off guard. Shadow, who was the closest to the window on the other end of the taxi car, he was also a sobbing mess. Then he and Sonic started hugging each other as they cried.
Shadow's point of view.
As we got into the taxi car, I was practically in a frozen state of shock. The only thing that wasn't stuck, frozen in that state, were my legs, so I was still walking. However, once the headquarters were out of our sight, I finally and truly realized that we were free, and I couldn't hold it in any longer. I started sobbing heavily, for I never felt such a powerful sense of relief before. The next thing I knew was Sonic and I hugging each other in relief as tears of pain and relief fell from our eyes. I can't believe it. After 6 long years, I'm finally free. I cried out as I laughed through the tears.
Yeah, buddy, we're free. You're gonna love Green Hills, but wait, you were in there for 6 years? How old are you anyway?
I'm 16, so I was 10 when I was locked up. I replied sadly, as we were beginning to calm down somewhat. Tom then smiled at us.
I have a way to truly cheer you two up. How does chili dogs for lunch sound?
Yes!
Sonic said happily as his tail wagged. I never had one before, so sure, I'd like to try new things now that I can, I said happily. But I was better at staying calm than Sonic apparently.
Great, so after we relax at the hotel for a couple of hours, we'll go get them.
Maddie said excitedly. Then Tom and Maddie proceeded to scratch me and Sonic behind the ears. Then we let out loud purring. I had never been given such physical affection before, and now that I've received some, I felt at home already. Then as I looked back at Sonic, I realized something and had to tell him. You know what, Sonic? Ever since I helped you calm down from your nightmare, you felt like a little brother to me. Does that sound weird? Because if it does, then forget I said anything. I said nervously because I had no idea how he'd react to that.
Oh, Shadow, that's not weird at all. In fact, Dad, can Shadow be a part of our family?
Sonic said as his face lit up, which was such a relief that this confession excited him, and then we looked over to Tom with confident smirks on our faces.
Of course. Welcome to the Wachowski family, Shadow.
Dad told me happily as he hugged me. Thanks, Dad, I said as I hugged my new dad back.
Yes, that means we're brothers now.
Yeah, Sonic, indeed we are, little bro, I said in return as we fist bumped. Then I realized I didn't know Sonic's 2 other friends. So who are you two? I asked curiously.
Oh, sorry, Shadow. We're our remainers. I'm Crystal and this is Joey.
It's very nice to meet you, I said happily.
Hey guys, I have 2 new song ideas playing in my head. So, do you think the hotel has paper and a pen to use for that?
But of course, we might have brought your guitar just in case you needed it somehow.
Oh wow, thanks guys. Just wait till you hear it. I mean, once I come up the lyrics and write it down on sheet music form, of course.
Sonic said excitedly as we arrived at the hotel.
Once they got out of the taxi and Tom helped Sonic by carrying him in his arms, as Sonic hugged him happily.
Thanks, Dad. I can't wait to be cured from this curse. But thankfully, I'm patient. Oh, Shadow, wait till you see my guitar. It's so cool. And I can't wait for you to see our house and my cave. And there's plenty of places to run in. Oh, by the way, do you like to run? Because if you do, I'll race you.
Sonic said excitedly as they entered the hotel room.
Whoa, Sonic, slow down and take a deep breath. And man, we haven't seen you this excited since we showed you your cave for the first time.
Tom said as he put Sonic down gently on the edge of one of the beds.
That's honestly an understatement. If my legs were numb, they would be swinging excitedly too. I mean, Not only did I meet someone like me on this level, but is also my new big brother? That's just awesome!
Sonic said as he tried to calm himself down. Shadow's point of view.
I laughed lightheartedly at Sonic's energy, but then I remembered what's happening tomorrow. So I guess we're meeting the president tomorrow, huh? I asked as a way to ease into the topic.
Yeah, it's gonna be so exciting because we get to see the inside of the White House, which I bet is super beautiful.
I'm very nervous about it. I hope he's more understanding than Commander Jonathan. I mean, if he's not, there's no escaping this time without becoming fugitives of the entire country.
Sonic said seriously, to which we all nodded in agreement.
So, would you please bring me my guitar case, Donut Dad?
Sure thing, buddy.
Dad said happily as he went to grab it. Then Dad handed it to Sonic carefully.
Thanks, Donut Dad. Now, are you ready to see my amazing guitar, Shadow?
Yeah, I am, bro, I replied casually. Then I saw his red and white guitar. Whoa, wicked. It's beautiful, Sonic, I said in awe.
Why, thank you, Shadow.
Well, do you still have that song in your head? I asked to remind him with a playful smirk.
Oh yeah, I do. Can someone put me in that chair in front of that desk over there?
Sure thing, bro, I said as I got up. Then I picked him up and brought him to the chair.
Thanks, Shadow. I love you, big bro.
Sonic said sweetly, and that warmed my heart. No problem, Sonic, and I love you too, little bro, I said in return with a smile. Then I let him be alone so he could concentrate.
Sonic's point of view.
As I was writing it, I was thinking of, I wonder if Shadow would like to sing with us. All right, it's done, guys. And Shadow, I have a question for you, I announced enthusiastically.
Cool, so what did you want to ask me, Sonic?
Shadow asked me as he brought me back to the bed with the sheet music in my hands. Well, do you like singing? Cause I was thinking you could join our band, the Blue Angels. I kind of made the lyrics of this song for the two of us, I explained sheepishly.
Yeah, I love singing, and I would be honored.
Great, well, we'll play it once we're back in Green Hills, since the rest of the instruments are back there at the moment, I said excitedly with a shrug.
Well, guys, let's get those chili dogs.
Donut Dad announced enthusiastically, so with help, me and Shadow were in cowboy disguises. And Donut Dad picked me up. Man, as much as I love being in his arms, I felt so useless not being able to walk on my own. I can't wait for that cure. Hell yeah, now we're talking. I'm starving, I said excitedly as we left the hotel room. After 20 minutes, we entered a cool restaurant. So, Shadow, you ready to try your very first chili dog? I asked as Donut Dad put me down at one of the tables, while Shadow sat across from me. Then Donut Dad left to order the food.
You bet, Sonic. Huh, they must be really something for them to make you this excited, huh?
Yeah, the flavors of chili and hot dog mixed together is the perfect combo. In fact, I replied and took out my phone. All film your reaction. This is a moment that must be captured and saved as a home video. If you're okay with that, of course, Shadow. I said as I opened camera app.
I see. Well, go right ahead, Sonic.
Finally, Donut Dad returned with the chili dogs. Okay, I got the camera ready, Shadow. Give that chili dog a shot, I said a moment before pressing the record button. Then Shadow picked up his chili dog. I watched as his face lit up more than I've ever seen him do before.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Thanks, Dad and Sonic. You literally have great taste.
Shadow said as he continued to savor his chili dog. Then I stopped recording and put my phone away. Yep, that's a keeper. You should have seen the adorable look on your face, I said happily as I started eating mine. Yep, so satisfyingly delicious, I said as I savored mine like as if it was the last meal I would ever have. Later that night, I had a nightmare about my time at gun headquarters. I was in my dark Sonic form. No, I'm not a monster. No, don't hurt Shadow. Ah! I said in my sleep right before shooting up in bed, completely shaken up. The Shadow ran over to me.
Sonic, what happened?
Shadow asked as he sat on my bed next to me. It was another nightmare. You and I were in gun headquarters and I was in my dark Sonic form, but before my eyes would change. The soldiers called me a monster. Then they were going to hurt you really badly. That's when I woke up, I explained as I cried into his chest fur.
Shh, it's going to be alright, Sonic. Once we're finished with our business here in DC, you'll never have to worry about something like that happening ever again.
Shadow said softly and reassuringly as he rubbed my back. I know, but it still won't leave my mind. I think I might be scarred for life or something along those lines. I replied through my tears.
Honestly, Sonic, I think it scarred me for life too. But we can help each other through this, and we have friends and family to help us too. After all, we are brothers now, and we will look out for each other.
Shadow told me as we hugged each other closer and tighter. Thanks, Shadow, and you're right, I said as I wiped my tears away.
Well, do you think you can go back to sleep now? Or do you want me to stay with you until you fall back asleep?
Please, stay with me, I asked shakily, for I was so afraid to go to sleep alone.
Of course, little bro.
Shadow replied as I laid back down. Good night, Shadow, I said as my eyes drooped.
Good night, Sonic.
Shadow said right before I fell back asleep.